Hey, and welcome to the first indoor video of my channel. If you don't know me yet, I'm Cedric, and I'm trying to build this channel related to motorcycle travel related topics. Tonight is also the first video that is viewer requested, so thank you very much. And the topic at hand is shipping your bike to a faraway country in order to ride it there. So let's get right into it. Alright, some small things you should know before we get right into it is that I'm based in Germany, so I was sending my bike from here. I sent my bike to Central Asia. Well, I wanted to send it there. That was this February, and I guess we all know what happened in late February, early March this year. And that made me turn the bike around because all the borders were suddenly closed, and there was no way of me ever picking up the motorcycle in Kazakhstan. Now I wanted to send my bike from here in Bavaria over to Almaty, the former capital of Kazakhstan, and there I wanted to start a 2.5-month journey through Central Asia, and I wanted to ride it all the way back home. Now, if you're not from Germany or not from Europe, you can also stick around and watch this video. I'll use, of course, some examples of my own experience, but all of these are applicable also to other companies, I think, and other situations where you might want to send your bike. So even if you're not here and you're not inclined to use the same company that I used, I think there's still some valuable information for you to be had. Little disclaimer also out of the way, this video is not sponsored or anything. I'm gonna put up the company name that I used, but that's merely for you guys so that you can check them out as well. And I know that it sometimes is quite hard to find a good trusted company that will send your bike to faraway places. So I think we should spread the word if any of us has a good contact at hand. So the company that I used is the company you can see here on the screen. Their name is Trends 7R. They're a German company based here in the south, I think the area of Aalen. And they do all kinds of stuff related to individualized travel solutions. And I basically contacted them and said, hey, can you guys organize my bike being shipped to Kazakhstan? And they have one guy who's also a motorcycle rider and travels a lot, and he said, yeah, sure, I can do that for you. And yeah, so that worked really well. If you want to get in contact with him, it's Wolfgang Beiswenger is his name. He is one of the company owners, and yeah, I think you can contact him at any time, and he will happily try to set you up and yeah, work with whatever your situation is and try to find a solution for you. Now, I think when you get in contact with him, the only trouble I ever had with him and the company was that he thought I was just inquiring about a quote and wasn't really serious yet about sending my bike. And then the date where I thought we should send it got closer and closer, and he never replied to me because he thought, all right, whatever. And he didn't really realize how serious I was about the whole situation. So yeah, make yourselves clear is the only thing I would say there. Maybe I was a little bit too defensive there. So, but that's all. Otherwise, everything worked really well. All right, ambulance or police just passing by. Okay, so the second thing you'll need to do is to get your bike ready for transport. I sent the whole bike with luggage. And you'll need to either construct a crate to put it in or a pallet to put it on, and then use some strings to tie it down. I did the latter thing because I didn't want to build a whole crate, and most crates that you can get from a dealership, like I ride the Africa Twin, so I could have just gone to a Honda dealership and asked them for one of the crates that new Africa Twins are delivered in. But if you do that, you have to usually maybe take down the handlebar or remove the front wheel or stuff, and I didn't want to do that because I don't want to remount it in Kazakhstan. So I basically just built a pallet that was a little bit bigger than the whole bike, and I strapped it down onto that. I'll also throw in some pictures right here. And this is how the bike looked like when it was on its pallet. I built that myself together with a buddy. And well, we also had this template that we received, that I received from Trend 7R on how to build it. I actually built it a little bit differently. I thought I would use a little bit more sturdy construction. So I beefed up some of the components, but the overall layout is as they requested, so that it would fit inside the truck and fit very well, no problem at all. And with the bike on this pallet, it all worked perfectly fine. Now, regarding luggage, you can send it with all of the luggage, or I was able to send it with all of the luggage. Of course, I had to sort through some stuff. Some things like medication or something, I didn't want that on the bike while it was being shipped. And also you have to disconnect the battery when you ship it, and remove all fuel. Now, on the matter of removing all fuel, you sign that you removed all fuel. Nobody is checking that. The bike is tied down, nobody can shake it to check if there's really no fuel left. I would not run it all the way dry, because wherever you want to go, you pick up the bike there. The thing is that you will have to ride it to the first gas station, and so I would just leave a little bit in there, like maybe 5-10 kilometers of range. I didn't run it dry. I just, rode it around till it was almost empty, and then I had a hose and I sucked out pretty much all of it, but I left some in there that was too hard to get out, and nobody bothered. I think that is also common practice amongst people who do that kind of stuff, so I would also recommend doing it that way. Next thing is paperwork and documents. Now, this is something I think a lot of people are sometimes a little bit afraid of all the bureaucracy, and well, with Trend 7R it wasn't a real issue. They pretty much do all of it for you. What I received was basically a spreadsheet that I had to fill out. Basically had to fill in the owner's address, so my address, and the address I want the bike shipped to, and then give all the vehicle information, like the vehicle identification number, purchase price. I needed to list everything that is in the luggage, and well, I signed that I am the sender as well as the receiver of the bike, and that I will pick it up in Kazakhstan and ride it back home. That is all for customs reasons, of course. I also needed to attach a photocopy of my passport and send them the vehicle registration as an original. So when I say vehicle registration, I mean this thing, in German usually called Fahrzeugschein. I think all European countries have that system, that you basically have two vehicle documents, one bigger one that is like the actual title that you have. That means that it is your bike, and you usually have that safely stowed away somewhere in a safe or in your apartment or at the bank or whatever. And then there's this little one that you will usually have on the bike or car, whatever. And that one, of course, they need in order to ship it across international borders, so that they can say, all right, this motorcycle, it is owned by that dude, and this is the contract we have with him and all the information that he wants his motorcycle shipped to Kazakhstan. We are not stealing it or whatever. And that would have worked, I think, brilliantly, unless, you know, the whole COVID situation happened and I couldn't pick it up. But yeah, it worked very well until the bike was somewhere in Russia, and I had to call and have them turn the bike around, because there wasn't a way that I was ever going to ride it this year. At least there, I can ride it here at home. But now, on topic of picking the bike up wherever you want to have it sent to, that works basically like this. You will get the contact information of a local who is in contact with your shipping company, or in my case with Trend 7R as the organizing company, and the bike gets shipped to a customs terminal, in my case in Almaty, and well, the bike basically waits there for you to pick it up. And then you walk in, they have all the paperwork that says you are the receiving person. They have the photocopies of your passport, and you show them your passport and that you are you, and that you want to basically reclaim your own bike now. And then you do the temporary import right then and there. The bike gets stamped into your passport, and then you're basically free to go. They told me the whole process takes about 2 hours in Kazakhstan. Now, of course, in other countries this may differ. The local contact is also something that is quite important, because every country has different customs rules, and nobody is able to know all of them, and especially when shipping something, this can sometimes be a little bit more difficult. So it is usually easier if you have a local contact, especially if you don't speak the local language. If you speak the local language, it's usually a whole lot easier. Now, the last thing is price, that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in now. I paid 1,500 euros for the whole shipping, including the luggage. Without the luggage would have been 100 euros less, but I think all of us can agree for 100 euros you can send the luggage as well, because that makes it a whole lot easier when you fly there by plane and you don't have to have all the luggage on you, especially because, as we all know, not all things are allowed to be transported on an airplane. So this usually makes it a lot easier. I think 1,500 euros is a fair price. Of course, I spent 1,500 euros for nothing this year, but nobody could have known. Also, one more thing I just thought of is that Trend 7R also was quite flexible when it came to the whole COVID situation. First of all, Kazakhstan actually closed its borders, and it was one of the first countries to do so, and our first reaction as Europeans was, all right, this is crazy, what are they doing? And I think none of us really grasped the severity of the situation in the beginning, and I'm the first one to say I didn't either. And so our first reaction was, all right, we will divert the bike, and basically instead of Almaty, we will send it over to the border to the Kyrgyzstan side and have it be delivered to Bishkek, and I will just do all of it there. Well, 2 days later, also that border closed, and then all other borders closed, and so we, in the end, had to turn it around. But just saying that even if Kazakhstan is not your destination you want to send the bike to, they are probably a good option. They also offered me to send it to Mongolia instead, so if that's a travel destination that you're looking to, then yeah, maybe give them a call, send them an email, or whatever. Yeah, so much on that, just as information for you guys. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, it would be a great help to me if you could subscribe to the channel, because right now I'm only at 4 subscribers, I think, and yeah, every subscriber more would really help me grow this channel, and that would be really awesome of you. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.